get your foundations laid first before you start even thinking about learning how to track calories and macros. What's going on, legend? Angus Beef here. Thanks for stopping by to click on this video, and welcome to this week's installment of Anti-Diet TV. Thanks so much for being here. I want to talk today about the importance of laying your foundations first before you even consider getting into something like tracking calories and macros. Now, the art of tracking, utilizing an app like MyFitnessPal on your phone and tracking food choices can be an awesome tool to be able to help you if you're looking to be able to step into basically mastering thermodynamics.
In this house, we obey the laws of thermodynamics
More effectively, yeah? So in other words, if you say, for example, are looking to try and lose body fat, well then naturally you'd be using something like MyFitnessPal to track your food choices, to see how much calories and nutrients and macronutrients and stuff are in what you're choosing to eat, so that you can basically ensure that with you tracking everything that you're eating, that you're going to be in a deficit of calories in relation to your maintenance intake, right? But the thing is that if you go straight into, say, for example, tracking, but yet your relationship with food or your food basics are shit, well then naturally this isn't going to work for you. Like, it's going to be the scenario of if you had done like a previous diet or whatever and you were only able to last a few minutes and then you end up quitting because it's just too hard, right? So it's like, get the foundations laid first. So example being, right, you should be someone who, before you even think about tracking any of your sort of food and getting anal about calories and macros and stuff like that, what should be happening first is that you are consistent with getting in enough water.
18 years it is enough. Hey, water boy!
Yes, Mr. Coach, for you.
You're fired!
Okay.
For women, that's 2 to 3 liters every single day. All right. For guys, 3 to 4 liters every single day. Get consistent with that first. Then from there, focus on getting consistency with getting in enough plants. So that means fruits, vegetables, legumes, like just the good shit that so much people don't get in enough of. And yes, you probably heard of, like, you know, the 1 in 3 or whatever it is. Like, if I were you, for a rule of thumb, like if you're a female, try and get in at least half a kilo a day. If you're a guy, try and get in 600 grams to a kg. Like, get used to getting in plants, because so often I find for people, even when they're applying for coaching, and you know, they're giving me some insights into their lifestyle and just where they're at with food and stuff like that. It's quite rare that I'm speaking to someone that has actually got consistency with getting in enough fruits and vegetables. Typically, they might be getting in 1 serve of fruit, maybe 1 or 2 serves of veg each day, like if that, like it's fucked. And that's because, well, yeah, like, welcome to what it's like living in today's day and age where convenience food is all around us, and we've got things like Uber Eats that we can use in our phone and all this sort of shit. So I'm not like bagging processed food, but it's like, yes, I'm all for convenience and like quick meals and stuff. That's what I eat lots of the time as well. But it's just that you need to have that basis of just getting consistency with plants first. You will also need consistency with protein. So you don't even need to necessarily track in an app to get a good basis of protein. Protein is like, say, for example, knowing how to choose protein and getting it into all of your meals and into your snacks. That's a really good basis to have, because when you go then into starting to track later on, you will more than likely be able to hit your targets easy and not freak out in terms of making meal choices. Outside of that, it's just a means of basically another basis to have is sleep. Like, if you're someone who has shit consistency around getting to bed at a decent time, getting up at a decent time, getting in 6 to 9 hours of sleep each night, like if you don't have consistency with that, well then it's probably not wise that you bother trying to focus on trying to track just yet, because it's just going to be an added overwhelm and stress for you. And then same with steps. Like, if you're someone who is just sedentary all the time, but yet your movement is fuck all, well then it's the same deal. Like, it's like, get these basics and priorities down pat first, and then dial in on focusing how to track, yeah? And if you're not familiar with how to track and things like that, this is where it'd be wise for someone to teach you. When I'm working with clients, if they've got all these bases down pat, well then I have a series of videos and processes that I'll take them through to get them good at tracking. So that way it's basically not seen as like a big daunting thing, but just as like a basic tool. Yeah, because that's all it is. It's not like a religion or a lifestyle. It's an awesome tool that allows you to be educated around what's in food, so that way you can learn how to make educated meal and food choices to know how to nourish yourself for pleasure, for lifestyle, for vitality, all these things, which is typically a lost art because all people know is just how to diet. You see what I mean? So ask yourself, are your foundations set effectively? If they are, awesome. Feel free to move into the art of tracking and getting accustomed to that. But if they're not, well then please don't put the added stress on you to think that you need to grind with tracking just yet. Do that pre-work and then shift into something like that. So I hope you got some value from this video, fam. Thanks so much for watching once again. If you have any questions around this, holler and get in touch. If you found this valuable, drop it some love and let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in next week's episode of Anti-Diet TV. Peace.